The secret life of the Lutra Eurasian otter. In the misty dawn hours along Europe's waterways, a sleek silhouette glides through the current with effortless grace. The Eurasian otter, Lutra, known simply as Lutra in scientific circles, represents one of nature's most accomplished aquatic mammals. Yet despite their widespread distribution across Europe and Asia, these remarkable creatures maintain an aura of mystery that has captivated naturalists and wildlife enthusiasts for centuries. The Eurasian otter's story is one of adaptation, resilience, and remarkable comeback from near extinction in many regions. Today, as conservation efforts bear fruit and otter populations slowly recover, we're gaining unprecedented insights into the complex social behaviors, hunting strategies, and ecological importance of these semi-aquatic predators. Masters of two worlds. The Eurasian otter exemplifies evolutionary perfection in aquatic adaptation. Their streamlined bodies, typically measuring 60 to 90 centimeters in length with an additional 35 to 45 centimeter tail, are built for speed and maneuverability in water. Every aspect of their anatomy tells the story of millions of years of refinement for semi-aquatic life. Their dense fur coat consists of two distinct layers that work in perfect harmony. The outer guard hairs repel water, while the incredibly dense undercoat, containing up to 70,000 hairs per square centimeter, traps air bubbles that provide both insulation and buoyancy. This natural wetsuit is so effective that otters can maintain their core body temperature even in near-freezing water for extended periods. Perhaps most remarkably, otters possess the ability to adjust their buoyancy at will. By controlling the amount of air trapped in their fur and by exhaling before diving, they can achieve neutral buoyancy that allows them to hover motionless in the water column while hunting, a technique that conserves energy and reduces the visual disturbance that might alert prey. Their webbed feet serve as natural flippers, while their powerful tail functions as both rudder and propeller. Underwater, otters can reach speeds of up to 12 kilometers per hour, and their extraordinary lung capacity allows them to remain submerged for up to 4 minutes during deep dives, though most hunting forays last only 30 to 60 seconds. The art of the hunt. Observing a Eurasian otter hunt is witnessing millions of years of predatory evolution in action. These creatures employ a sophisticated arsenal of hunting techniques that vary dramatically depending on their environment, prey availability, and even individual preference, suggesting a level of cognitive flexibility that continues to surprise researchers. In shallow waters, otters often employ the bottom walking technique, using their sensitive whiskers, vibrissae, to detect the slightest movement of hidden fish, crustaceans, or amphibians. These specialized whiskers are so sensitive they can detect water movements as subtle as those created by a fish's gill movements from several centimeters away, even in complete darkness or murky water. When hunting in deeper waters, otters demonstrate remarkable problem-solving abilities. They've been observed using stones as tools to dislodge shellfish from rocks, and some populations have developed sophisticated techniques for hunting specific prey species. In Scotland, researchers have documented otters that specialize in hunting eels, developing a unique spiraling dive technique that allows them to corner these slippery prey in underwater crevices. The otter's diet reveals the ecological health of their environment. A single otter requires approximately 1 to 1.5 kilograms of food daily, primarily consisting of fish, making up 70 to 80% of their diet, but also including crustaceans, amphibians, water birds, and occasionally small mammals. Their prey preferences shift seasonally, demonstrating remarkable dietary flexibility that has contributed to their survival across diverse habitats. Social complexity hidden beneath the surface. Contrary to popular belief that otters are primarily solitary creatures, recent research has revealed a complex social structure that challenges traditional assumptions about mustelid behavior. While adult Eurasian otters do maintain individual territories, these territories overlap in intricate ways that facilitate social interactions, information sharing, and even cooperative behaviors. Female otters, known as bitches, typically maintain smaller territories of 1 to 7 kilometers of waterway, while males, boars, patrol much larger territories that can extend 15 to 20 kilometers and overlap with several female territories. This system isn't simply about mating access. It represents a sophisticated information network where scent marking serves as a complex communication system. Otter scent marks, deposited at specific locations called sprinting sites, contain a wealth of information about the individual's identity, reproductive status, health, diet, and even stress levels. Recent chemical analysis of otter spraints has revealed that these markings function like a neighborhood bulletin board, allowing otters to track the movements and condition of their neighbors without direct confrontation. Mother otters demonstrate remarkable parental investment, caring for their cubs for 10 to 12 months. During this extended period, mothers teach their young not just hunting techniques, but also territory boundaries, safe resting sites, and the complex social rules of otter society. Cubs learn to hunt through a combination of instinct and extensive practice sessions where mothers repeatedly demonstrate techniques and allow cubs to make mistakes in safe environments. Ecosystem engineers of the waterways. The ecological impact of Eurasian otters extends far beyond their role as predators. As apex predators in freshwater ecosystems, they exert top-down pressure that maintains the delicate balance of aquatic communities. Their presence indicates healthy waterways with sufficient fish populations, clean water, and intact riparian habitats. Research has shown that otter populations can significantly influence fish community structure. By preferentially hunting slower-moving, easier-to-catch fish species, they can indirectly benefit faster, more agile species. This selective pressure has been observed to maintain genetic diversity in fish populations and can even influence the physical structure of aquatic habitats. Otters also serve as important dispersal agents for various aquatic organisms. Seeds, fish eggs, and invertebrates can be transported between water bodies on otter fur or in their digestive systems, contributing to genetic connectivity between isolated aquatic habitats. In fragmented landscapes, this dispersal service becomes increasingly critical for maintaining biodiversity. Their burrowing activities along riverbanks create microhabitats that benefit numerous other species. Abandoned otter holts often become nesting sites for various bird species, shelter for small mammals, and breeding locations for amphibians. These secondary effects demonstrate how a single keystone species can influence entire ecosystem communities. Communication, the otter's secret language. The communication system of Eurasian otters is far more sophisticated than early researchers imagined. Beyond the well-documented scent marking system, otters employ a complex array of vocalizations, body language, and even tactile communications that facilitate everything from territorial negotiations to family coordination. Otters produce at least 12 distinct vocalizations, each with specific meanings and contexts. The most commonly heard is the whistle, a contact call used by family members to maintain group cohesion, especially in areas with poor visibility. Cubs use a specific distress call that can summon mothers from considerable distances, while adult males produce territorial calls that can be heard up to a kilometer away under optimal conditions. Perhaps most intriguingly, otters appear to have regional dialects in their vocalizations. Populations separated by significant distances show measurable differences in call structure and frequency, suggesting that otter communication has a learned cultural component similar to that observed in whales and some bird species. Body language plays an equally important role in otter communication. Tail positions, ear orientations, and specific grooming behaviors all convey information about an individual's emotional state and intentions. During territorial encounters, otters engage in elaborate displays that can resolve conflicts without physical confrontation, a behavior that conserves energy and reduces injury risk. The Great Decline and Remarkable Recovery. The story of the Eurasian otter in the 20th century represents both one of conservation's greatest challenges and most inspiring success stories. By the 1960s, otter populations across Europe had declined by an estimated 80 to 90%, with complete extinctions in several countries including the Netherlands, Switzerland, and large portions of Germany and France. The primary culprit was the widespread use of organochlorine pesticides, particularly DDT and dieldrin, which accumulated in otter tissues and caused reproductive failure, immune system suppression, and direct mortality. These chemicals were particularly devastating because they concentrated in aquatic food webs, meaning otters, as top predators, received the highest doses. Habitat destruction compounded the pesticide crisis. river channelization, wetland drainage, and urban development eliminated crucial otter habitat across Europe. The construction of weirs and dams fragmented populations and reduced fish stocks, while pollution from industrial and agricultural sources degraded water quality to levels that could no longer support healthy aquatic ecosystems. However, the implementation of strict environmental regulations beginning in the 1970s marked the beginning of one of conservation's most remarkable comeback stories. The banning of organochlorine pesticides, improved water quality standards, and habitat restoration projects created conditions for otter recovery. Modern conservation success and ongoing challenges. Today's otter populations tell a story of conservation success tempered by ongoing challenges. In the United Kingdom, otter populations have recovered to occupy approximately 60% of their historic range, with particularly strong recoveries in Scotland and Wales. Similar success stories are emerging across Europe, with otters naturally recolonizing areas where they had been absent for decades. This recovery has been supported by targeted conservation efforts that address both habitat quality and connectivity. The creation of wildlife corridors along waterways, the installation of otter-friendly road crossings, and the establishment of protected wetland areas have all contributed to population recovery. Modern challenges facing otter populations are more subtle but equally important. Climate change is altering precipitation patterns and water temperatures, potentially affecting prey availability and habitat suitability. Plastic pollution in waterways poses emerging threats through both direct ingestion and by concentrating toxic chemicals in the food web. Road mortality remains a significant challenge, particularly in areas where recovering otter populations encounter increasing vehicle traffic. Young otters dispersing to establish new territories are particularly vulnerable, as they often follow waterways that intersect with major transportation networks. Looking to the future. Otters in a changing world. The future of Eurasian otter populations depends largely on our ability to balance human development with ecosystem conservation. Climate change projections suggest significant alterations to European waterways over the coming decades, with implications for both otter habitat and prey availability. Innovative conservation approaches are showing promise. The development of genetic monitoring techniques allows researchers to track population health and connectivity without the stress and expense of physical capture. Environmental DNA (EDNA) sampling can detect otter presence from water samples, enabling large-scale monitoring programs that would have been impossible just decades ago. Urban otter populations are providing unexpected insights into otter adaptability. Cities like London now host thriving otter populations that have adapted to highly modified urban waterways. These urban otters demonstrate remarkable behavioral flexibility, hunting in artificial water bodies, denning in storm drains and engineered structures, and even learning to navigate around human activity patterns. The integration of citizen science into otter monitoring has dramatically expanded our understanding of otter ecology and distribution. Smartphone apps allow members of the public to report otter sightings and sign, creating vast datasets that inform conservation decisions and policy development. The otter's message for conservation. The Eurasian otter's story offers profound lessons about both the fragility and resilience of natural systems. Their near extinction demonstrated how quickly environmental degradation could eliminate species that had survived for millions of years. Their recovery shows that with dedication, scientific understanding, and political will, even severely damaged ecosystems can be restored. Perhaps most importantly, otters serve as ambassadors for freshwater ecosystem conservation. Their charismatic nature and remarkable behaviors capture public imagination in ways that generate support for broader conservation efforts. When people work to protect otters, they inevitably protect entire watershed ecosystems that benefit countless other species. The secret life of the Eurasian otter continues to reveal new surprises as our research techniques become more sophisticated and our observation periods extend longer. Each discovery adds another layer to our understanding of these remarkable creatures and reinforces their importance not just as individual species, but as integral components of healthy aquatic ecosystems. As we move forward into an uncertain environmental future, the otter's adaptability, resilience, and ecological importance make them both indicators of environmental health and symbols of conservation hope. Their continued presence in our waterways represents not just the survival of a single species, but the health of the freshwater systems that sustain all life on Earth. In watching a family of otters play in a restored river, we glimpse what is possible when human societies choose to prioritize the health of natural systems. The secret life of the Eurasian otter, gradually being revealed through decades of dedicated research, reminds us that every species has stories to tell, and that these stories are worth preserving for future generations to discover and cherish.